Hey guys, it's Mike at youarethepath.com. So I'm on day 4 of my colon cleanse. It's going well. What I want to share with you today is mental effort and flexing your mental muscles, because I've noticed within myself that I can get very lazy mentally. And when I get lazy mentally, I start feeling down because I'll be worrying about this and I'll just let it snowball. And I'm just getting carried away by the tide of my life. It takes mental effort. And when on those occasions where I do stop myself and I say, hey, wait a minute, what am I telling myself? Let's be optimistic about this here. And when I do that, I start to see all the things in my life that I can be grateful for. When I start to contemplate optimism. And it takes mental effort. I've noticed myself when it comes to basic arithmetic, grabbing a calculator, because I can do it in my head, but being lazy, I just grab a calculator and it becomes easy. So working out the mental arithmetic in your head takes a mental effort of sorts. You have to apply your faculties, your ability to think a situation through. Now, you may have seen the joy on a baby's face when they're banging a spoon against the table, making a noise. So why is the baby so happy banging the spoon? The baby's expressing their own efficacy, the power of their own efficacy, because they're saying, look, I can make something happen. I can bang this spoon and make a noise. And that shouldn't disappear when we become adults. So efficacy is a feeling of, I can take this course of action and bring about this result. So it's a feeling of, I can affect my reality and shape it into what I prefer. And that doesn't necessarily mean just bringing about results for yourself. It could be baking a meal for your friends, bringing people together, cooking them a nice meal and seeing the joy on their faces. That could bring you joy, can bring you a sense of efficacy. So when we were toddlers, we had that, and we may have played games where you've got a box with different shapes and you have to put the shape in the right box, and we're like, yeah, we can do this, and we got a buzz from it. So I mentioned the matrix and built this idea and playing around with that. Built into the matrix, built into creation, the construct of physical reality, are certain values. Allow those values to work for you. Flex your mental muscle. Allow your optimism to work for you. Allow who you are now to work for you by applying yourself, applying what you know. And sometimes to get to that point, you have to be fed up with what has gone before you in the past, the results you may have produced in the past, to the point where you say, enough is enough. Now, we've never had a time quite like this, a time where you can type something into Google and the information is there. So it really is a case of using what we have and getting a result from it. So you see, another idea I had is, one thing with machines and computers is they can malfunction and you have to get updates, the latest update, because bugs need fixing in the programming language. But within the matrix, these virtues is built in to it by creation. Now, if creation can take care of all the planets, you know, they're all moving, the sun, the earth orbits the sun, you know, the earth doesn't just bounce around the solar system randomly, there is something orchestrating that. Now, if this can orchestrate that, and orchestrate nature, then if you cultivate those values that you picked, allow them to work for you, it will bring about a result. Now, I've noticed myself being so preoccupied with being a success, to the point where other things that I find bring me joy and get me excited, get my juices flowing, I've been looking at those things as though they're distractions and interruptions. And I now know that to be a mistake. And I'm starting to incorporate those things into my life. And I'm a lot happier when I do that. And it brings about a different energy and freedom. So, if you don't think you're a success, redefine success. Reframe the story of your life. Sometimes all it takes is a reframe. What do I mean by a reframe? Well, if I'm being cynical and pessimistic, I could focus on all the negatives going on in my life right now. Being optimistic, I can reframe it. I can say, look, I met that person which led to this, and I bought that book and I learned this about myself, and I've got this going on. A lot of people right now in other parts of the world don't get the kind of opportunity that we have. The opportunity to express our God-given talents and skills. Apply those talents and skills to the degree that you can. If you're in a job that you don't like, carry around the things that are really like get you going, you know, books that you really like, carry them around with you whenever you get a spare 20 minutes, sit down and learn and develop your craft to the extent that you can, even if it's half an hour a day. I used to do this at the gym, and I've brought about a different set of circumstances now because I just applied myself to the extent that I could. Even in my job at the gym, even when I didn't really want to be there because it wasn't really me in the end, although it did serve me, it gave me a place to develop my social skills, and I really had great relationships with the people that worked there, but it was time to move on. But even through that, I would be the best gym instructor I could be, because I believe that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I was showing up at work, being full of energy, not every day, but you know, I would make that mental effort to say, hey, this is my job. I would develop my rapport skills there, and I would take that energy into other areas of my life. So whatever you're doing, even if it's flipping burgers and making sandwiches, make the best sandwiches in that city that has ever been made, yeah? So that's another thing that you can try. Hope you got something from this. I'm going to leave it there. So I'm eating more fruits and veggies. This arm's getting very tired. I'm eating more fruits and veggies. allowing the fruits and veggies to work for me, giving my body what it needs. And I'm really enjoying learning about the body right now, learning about the liver. So it's working with my reality, eating fruits and veggies to the extent that I can. So do it to the extent that you can. And when you do it to the extent that you can, what can tend to happen is you find that you have more of an ability to do it. You'll find that you have more of an opportunity to demonstrate your craft, to step in to that role, that new life, that new person that you would prefer to be. There will be an opportunity for you to step into that. I could go more into that. I'm going to keep the videos so that they're not too long. Hope you got something from that, guys. You give me an opportunity to step into this. You give me an opportunity to share with you and connect with you over the internet, which is really a buzz, you know, starting this colon cleanse. And I got a message from a few of you saying that, you know, yous are getting on it, picking your values, doing stuff differently. And that's what I wanted to create, really, doing this YouTube thing. Yes, I do promote the coaching that I do. That's my livelihood. I would be doing the coaching anyway, even if I was a millionaire. It's something that is deep within me. It's a calling within me to do that work. So if you find yourself in a place where you believe you would benefit from some support, I can work with you and bring about some clarity for you and help you discover the steps that you need to take right now and support you along the journey of taking those steps. So that's available. It's a professional service that I've put a lot of time and effort into. So anyway, guys, I hope you got something from that. As always, peace. Catch you later.